All right, today we are going to work on some estimating. Okay, so I want to show you a couple of different ways of doing this. We know that estimating means a rounding. So I want to go over the first simple way with you. Okay, if I am rounding to the hundreds place here, I'm going to underline that hundreds. I'm going to look very closely at my next number. Okay, put my 0 reminder around it here. That reminds me to make it a 0 when I'm done with this. Okay, is this 3 big enough to change that to? No, because it's not 5 or higher. So this is going to stay exactly the same, and everything after it is going to turn into a 0. Okay, so that puts us at 200. And then if I just have a single digit here, just leave it as a single digit. Don't round up to 8 or up to 10 because it'll just make your number a little more off, and we want it as close as possible. So if you have a single digit, just leave it as that exact number. Okay, so over here, we would have 200 times 8. We know 2 times 8 is 16, and then we add our 2 zeros. Okay, so just normal rounding to get it to the closest number, we would go through this process. Okay, now I want to show you another way that your book likes to do it, and it wants you to give a range. Okay, we're going to use that same number, 236 times 8. Okay, but this time, what it wants you to do with the 236 is it wants you to round it up and see what you get, and round it down and see what you get. So if we were to do this, 236 rounded up to the next 100 would be what? Yeah, if we have to go up, it's going to be 300, okay? So we would have 300 times 8, okay? 3 times 8 is 24 plus 2 zeros, okay? Now it also wants you to say, okay, well, what would 236 if you rounded down be? So we did that before, right? That would be 200 times 8, 2 times 8, 16 plus 2 zeros, 1,600, okay? So this kind of gives you a range of where your number should be. Okay, if you figure this up, if you found the exact number, it should be somewhere in between 1,600 and 2,400. Now, we know because we rounded down, okay, this 3 helps us to know it rounds down to 200. It should be closer to this number here, okay, but this is just a nice way to kind of give you a range to make sure you don't go over this either if you make a mistake. If you're outside of this range, you know you did something wrong. All right, so here's how you find the range of a number to kind of check yourself with estimation.